Guys, I'm back at Replay Guitar Exchange in Tampa, Florida with Riff with Cliff, dude.
What's going on, Jason? How are you, buddy?
I'm good now, man. Everything is cool when we're here, just jamming and playing some guitars. And
Absolutely.
Dude, we've got this really nice Ibanez guitar.
This is one of the higher end ones. This is a Japanese RG550. In my opinion, they are great shred guitars, man. I mean, this guitar is absolutely perfect for any guy who likes to do the ripping solos. It would be great for you.
I do like Ibanez guitars. You guys see me playing my Ibanez, the old, I think it's like a 2001, 2002 model RG Prestige RG1570.
Yep.
I've had that since like 2009.
Yeah.
And it has been my go-to guitar ever since. Again, I do like other brands of guitars. At the moment, I've got like 2 Dean guitars that my buddy Brad Mader brought over sitting upstairs in the studio. I like ESP as well and Jacksons or whatever. But getting back to the Ibanez here, yeah, this thing, what I like about these specific guitars, or the series rather, the RG, is the Wizard necks.
Yeah, I think because of the Wizard necks, Ibanez has kind of carved a name for themselves in the industry as like these shred guitars, or they were for a very long time. And of course now, you know, there are the other companies like Dean and ESP, but Ibanez still holds its like a crown in a lot of ways as far as like being an elite shred guitar. The Wizard neck is really one of the biggest things going for them. It's a really flat neck that is just easy to move around on it. And this one is like really thin.
This one, yeah, it's almost too thin.
Yeah, it's like
being transparent, man. I mean, this is like is it like an ultra or super Wizard neck? I don't know.
I don't know if they call it a certain thing. I'd have to look up the specs to see if they call it a certain thing, but it's pretty flat. But that being said, once you get used to it, it's really quick, you know, and easy to move around on. And overall, it sounds really good, and the feel of the neck feels really good.
Yeah, it does, man. It does feel really good. And what I'll say about the Ibanez necks, they seem to be, obviously they're thinner here, but the fingerboard itself seems to be slightly stretched than some of the other guitars.
Like a wider.
Yeah, just a little bit wider there. So, I don't know, it's just a, comfortable playability. Now, what I'll say about that is, you guys know I say this all the time, it's all about what works best for you. So I'm a big to each their own fan, because this neck might not work as well for you, and just know that that's okay. I just happen to like these. Some people like the baseball, necks, right?
Which would be more of like, well, I mean, like a Gibson is going to be a fatter neck or something like that. And I think that's one reason that a lot of shred guys or shred gals have jumped over to these guitars, because being flat, you're able to fly across the neck really quickly and seamlessly.
What kind of pickups are in here?
So it's a V7 humbucker, S1 single coil, and a V8 humbucker, and that gives it a ton of different versatility.
It does, and if you guys, some of you know this, but it's the exact same pickups I have in my Ibanez at home. Yeah, the RG1570 has the exact same ones, so this is pretty cool. The funny thing is, as I changed out those pickups many, many years ago, when I first got that guitar, I don't know, something about the sound, it just wasn't like resonating with me. I changed out the pickups. I think it was like the Tone Zone, the Air Norton, and some other pickup, and you guys changed it out for me.
I remember that, man.
Yeah,
that was a couple of years back.
And I've got some videos on that, but I also have a video on why, like 3 weeks after changing them out, I felt like I was missing something out of life.
Really?
So I had you guys swap them back to the V7 V8 S1, and for some reason after that, I have just kind of fallen in love with those pickups. So I'm glad to hear that they're still making.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they sound pretty toneful, pretty thick in the humbucker, which of course is what you want. You don't want it like a weak sounding humbucker.
No.
But then the single coil, I mean, that thing will sound really good with some clean tone.
Yeah, I know I didn't play a whole lot of clean. Well, let's give you a little bit of clean here. My clean sounds, though, I'll share this with you guys. I often always use for clean. I think this position here, back one.
Oh yeah, like two, position two.
Yeah, position two. So that is what the single coil, and then the single coil part of this humbucker.
Yeah.
Is that right?
You just prefer that sound for your cleans just because of the unique tone you get from it?
Yeah, it's just a unique tone, and it's kind of like for clean sounds. I don't want a harsh, clinky tone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more of a melodic guy anyway. I want that that really kind of dark sound, but with a little bit of depth to it, but not overbearing. And that's what you get from that, that position. Now, with that, my second favorite would be probably position 4,
right,
where you've got the single coil and then the single coil part of this humbucker here.
Yeah, it's funny because even on like a Fender Strat, positions 2 and 4 are my favorite as well. You just get, it's just like a plucky, like stratty sound, and it sounds really great with cleans. I'm with you on that. Those are some of my favorite sounds.
That's cool.
Too.
I mean, for leads, I'm either using, for rhythms, I'm always using that final position. I'm always using the bridge humbucker here, but sometimes for leads, I'll switch up to the neck humbucker, and that gives you more of that fatty sound, and that gives you a little bit more clarity, I think, when you're doing speed picking and sweeps and that sort of thing. So.
Absolutely, it gives it like a softer tone up here, which is really nice on those higher pitched notes, I also like how it's just a volume and a tone, like a master volume for everything and a master tone for everything. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, honestly, guys, I could even do without the tone. You could pull this off. We're not going to pull it off because it's a new guitar, but I could pull this off and I never use the tone knob. I'm kind of like the metal version of Leonard Skinner. I'm a simple man.
Yeah, right, just volume. That's all you need, all the way up and ripping.
I do like the pickup choices, though. But no, this is a nice sound. Now, the tremolo setup here, we've got the Ibanez tremolo setup here. I think it's called the Edge.
Yeah, they don't use like a Floyd Rose system. They make all their own stuff, which I think is really respectable. I love that Ibanez does that.
Well, I don't want to say I prefer the Ibanez tremolo over the Floyd, because I've had guitars with Floyds. I like them, but I guess I sort of do like the Ibanez tremolo a little bit better. I don't know. My Ibanez, and so far this one, although I've only played it a few times, we're gonna play it again. They stay in tune, man.
They do really well. And so your Ibanez at home has a floating system?
Yeah, it's got the Edge. It's a little older model because again, it's like 2001, 2002. Look, Floyd Rose, they stay in tune as well. But over the years, and I've had many guitars, and I've had this Ibanez for years. Not this one, but the other one, the gray one. I've had less issues with the guitar staying in tune with that Ibanez than really any other electric guitar.
That's really good to hear, because you can like really rip it up on one of these guitars, and then like if you didn't have the locking system, your tuning would probably be like really sharp or flat. So it's really good to have that. It just lets you go kind of crazy on it without having to worry so much about it going out.
Now, on that note, no pun intended. Well, the pun's always intended with me, you know that. Remember, we saw Nita Strauss playing her Ibanez, her signature Ibanez at Replay Guitar Exchange. That was a few years ago. And I remember we were talking to your guitar tech over there who had just changed the strings on her guitar before she got on stage. And she held her guitar by the whammy bar, dude.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And it was still in tune.
Yeah, but your guitar tech, he was kind of freaking. I was like, oh my God, please.
Yeah.
Please don't break.
He's like, this is the stuff of my nightmares. But, hey, that just shows how good that their floating system is. Ibanez makes good stuff. So, even, like I said, even though they don't do the Floyd Rose, this is a very high quality piece.
Yeah,
so
it really is, dude.
And Nita approved, and Jason approved.
Yeah, it's approved, definitely, man. But yeah, actually, I like Nita's signature guitar. I think I played one of her models, and that was a nice guitar. Yeah, you and I did a video on that a while back. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. But no, this is cool, man. The RG550, these always have super long names. RG550
RF.
RF.
So what does that mean? Let's look it up real quick.
Let's look that up.
So
here.
RF is likely the color, part of the Genesis collection.
Oh, Genesis. I like some Genesis stuff, man.
Me too, man. Phil Collins would love this guitar, man.
Yeah.
He's like, that thing freaking shreds. No, Flare Red.
Flare Red.
Yep, that's what they call that. Flare Red.
What was a movie where you had to wear flare? Jennifer Aniston, and she did Office Space, right? She had to wear like 30 pieces of flare or something like that.
I vaguely remember that. I haven't seen that movie. And the only thing I remember from that movie is, have you seen my stapler?
Yeah, no. and the stapler was what color?
There you go.
Fled. Red. Anyway, this is a cool guitar, man. Yeah, so guys, check out Replay Guitar Exchange, replayguitar.com. I want to thank you for letting me film here.
Absolutely, man. It's so good to have you always, buddy.
Always good jamming with you, dude. Cool stuff for my channel. I love being able to feature gear that, you know, otherwise wouldn't get a chance to feature for you guys. So yeah, awesome guitar. And Cliff, you and I actually did a video on 3 different Ibanez at different price points, man, like beginner, intermediate, and of course, we got this one in there too. But I'll leave a link to that, or it'll be on the end screen here somewhere. So check that out. And dude, thank you once again, man.
Absolutely, brother. We'll see you the next time, and we'll see you guys the next time.
As always, guys, keep it metal and keep playing music.